Hello everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. We're doing a tutorial today on how to build a smelter. Now, a disclaimer, this is more of a video for myself. I want to build this in my AwACraft series I'm doing, and so I'm just trying to make a video on it just so I can have a tutorial, or just make a video on it just so I can build it in the AwACraft server series I'm doing. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to it. And just remind everyone, this is the minimum amount of items that you need to use for this build. All right, let's get started. So we're going to start with the chest output, where the smelted items go pretty much. So pretty much you want to get your line of chests. So let's say 3 blocks high and 4 blocks across, just like this in a diagonal, right? And then you can have as many outputs as you want. I'm just going to do 5, right? That's even one more from the one over there, just to show you that this will still work no matter what. You can still have over 8 blocks even, since water flows over 8 blocks. Just put a pressure plate or something to block the water from going backwards, and then do another flow of 8 blocks, right? Now, once you have your chest placed, of course, connect your hoppers to the chests themselves. Then once you do that, go ahead and start placing down your packed ice. Go as far as this first chest, so I'm going to call this the first chest. Go 3 blocks to the left, then put in a double chest here. It can be a double chest, it can be a ender chest, it can be something around the same size as the chest, but it can't be a fence gate, it can't be a fence, because those are too small and items will go through. You just need that tiny gap. Next, you need to go 5 blocks out from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'm going to use tinted glass, but put a glass block beside this chest that's on the ice road. Then glass above your storage chests in general. Then end off the end with pieces of glass or any other building block. And just circle the ice road just like this, with glass or any other block you wish to use. Now, place your water bucket where I would suggest it can reach all the way towards the end. So if that even means to go down here, go ahead and do it. That's what I'm going to do for this system, for a 5 block chest or a 5 row chest storage. And then have another water source all the way back to connect to this, so the items can flow freely. I made a mistake. That's why I'm doing this tutorial. We need to move everything here to the right by 1 block. I was confused on why there was a block there because I don't remember it. So this will still work just like how we were supposed to have it work, and that is gonna go into this chest. Now, once you have this done, we're gonna work on the output of the furnaces. All right, I will clarify. You may want this sort of setup just for the input of the fuel for the furnaces as well. Now we're going to be doing the droppers. So you want to go from the corner block here, the inside corner block, and go 1, 2, 3, 4, and replace this. And you might as well do the same on this side. Place a dropper, then a comparator into a block with a block next to it. Put a repeater on 4 ticks on this block, and then we will do the same on this side. Put a block in front of that 4-tick repeater, place 2 more blocks, break the middle block, put a redstone, 2 blocks, 1 block up, and then a block like that. So block 1, block 2, up 1 block, block again. block 3. Now put put repeaters on 4 tick on block 1, 2, and 3. And then put a piston towards the end of this last repeater with a slime block and a observer facing this way. Place the other observer that way. It might be better if you just put a block between these two, just so you can place them easier, but I'm in creative. Now go ahead and copy that on the other side. Now, since we got this done, the whole dropper system is now finished. So if we get coal, for example, place it into the dropper, it will now work. Now, as a side note, you might want to block the sides of the dropper just like this and put a block on top to make it easier. I'm going to replace it with glass just so you guys can see what's going on. What we want to do is get a whole line of hoppers, a minimum of 32. These are going to be pretty much holding the rails on top, and then above the rails would be furnaces. So minimum of 32 hoppers behind each dropper. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. I now realize that that farm is only a stack of furnaces, not 2 stacks. I lied. This is 32 furnaces. This is 16 blocks wide per side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So this will work either way how you do it. I'm going to go ahead and shorten this from 32 to 16 because that's a lot. Actually, I'm going to shorten it down to 8 just to make it easier on us. Now, to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that is how that will go. Now, you want to put blocks here and here to hold some rails. Then, if you really want, you can replace this block with a redstone block or a solid block that you can place a lever on and have a powered rail just in the middle. I don't care for having powered rail, so we can place 5 normal rails here. Then put a powered rail all the way down the hoppers, just like this. Next, we're going to be placing the furnaces and the hoppers and the rails on them. So we're going to get furnaces placed right here on all these rails, powered rails, put them on the powered rails pretty much. Now, you're going to want to place hoppers on the back of each furnace, just like this. Then in the gap, place 3 blocks. You can replace this one with a redstone block if you want, but we're going to be placing a redstone block here shortly. Then place more hoppers on the top of each furnace. I realize I said furnace. Now place a block here and a block here, and then put a redstone block here. That will power both top and bottom layers. That's why I said this is pretty much optional. Now place powered rails all throughout here. You can do the same here. Making sure you place them the right direction. A quick tip with powered rails, if you didn't know this. If you see a unpowered rail, power both of them however way you want. Then place like a redstone block. I'm using redstone block, so it's going to be easier to explain. But place a redstone block somewhere near that it can still power this. Then you can break the first redstone block you placed, and then the second one, and it will stay powered. Just keep in mind, whenever you place a block near this and break it, or at least a block that isn't a redstone block, it will be unpowered. It will update and be unpowered. So keep that in mind because we will be connecting these again. So you might want to keep them unpowered for now. Now we're going to build that output system for the farm itself. Now, to build this, I would highly suggest adding 2 more hoppers on the end here. just because it would be easier if the minecart does still have items and the whole furnace shuts down, the items can still go into your droppers down here. Then next, you're going to want to put a normal rail and then a powered rail right here. Now next, what you want to do is connect a observer to the furnace, add a block diagonal from it downwards, and then do that again here. Put redstone on top. Then you're going to put a piston with a piece of sand on top. And beside that piston, you're going to put another block with a 1-tick repeater that goes into a sticky piston and then a redstone block. Then diagonal from the redstone block, put a block down with a comparator. No, not a comparator, a repeater that goes into a block. Then coming from that block, we will place a redstone dust and then another block. If you really want this to have a slower tick delay, replace this with a repeater or raise the ticks of these two repeaters, or just do all three or both at once. Then this is how the system will work. I forgot one thing. Make sure this redstone block is actually out here while the system's off. Otherwise, it's going to be flip-flopped. Next, we're going to be building the input for the furnaces. I would say keep this in mind. It might be better if you do the same input for the furnaces for the input of the fuel for the furnaces as well. Like I said before, this only will go back and forth forever, but I'll be hooking up my own thing in the server I play on. So I would highly suggest pulling this rail back a bit, powered rail, and then do the same setup that we have here. All right, now what you want to do is place 2 blocks at the end of the top row here. Then place your 3rd block right up here, like this. Then place a detector rail, then a powered rail, and then place any other rail right here, and then break it just to make it have that slope. Now what you want to do afterwards is place a hopper on top of that rail or a chest, but I haven't tested that. I only know that a hopper will work. Then place a chest or any other way you're going to input this, so you can have a system just like this. You can have a water channel just like this. It doesn't matter as long as it works for you. But make sure you have a hopper at least on the top. It can be a chest or water channel, however you want to do it. Coming from the detector rail, we're going to place 2 blocks like this, 1 block on top. Then place a sticky piston diagonal from that. So that's how that's supposed to work or look. Then after that, put a fence here, redstone torch, 2 comparators. All right. Now we have the detector rail set up. So now we're going to set up the hopper. You just place a block here, and a comparator. And that's pretty much the whole system done. But we still want to override it saying, hey, once this is full, let's go ahead and fill it. Or let's go ahead and send it. So you want to place a block diagonal from this comparator here with the redstone dust. After you do that, you place another block with a block up like that. Then you want to place a sticky piston just like this. Then what you're wanting to do is put a redstone torch here, put a redstone dust here, put a comparator there. Then place 2 more blocks right here, lever, redstone dust, and turn on the lever, or some sort of way to power this redstone without it affecting anything else. And that is this whole system complete. Now, as a side note, I'm going to be placing this here, but if you want to power these on, like I said before, just place a piece of redstone, a redstone block there, and place a redstone block somewhere else, break the first one you placed, then the second one, and it will stay powered. Now, I will say, if you think you got the rest of it, then the tutorial is finished for you. I am going to continue this just a bit more as a reminder for myself, like I've said before, to finish or to add the module to turn the minecarts. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on the fuel line first. So on the fuel line, we just do 1, 2, and 3. No, a 4. Then we can place powered rails here with a normal rail. Turn it with a block of redstone. With normal block, normal block, normal block, redstone, normal block, normal block, normal block, and just continue that pattern all the way through, depending on how many lines of furnaces you want. Then put a powered rail, detector rail, detector, power, and then put another detector, and a rail. This line would be furnaces. This line would be furnaces. And this line would be furnaces. So that gives you a better idea on how this is modular. You could possibly shorten it a bit, but because of that being so thick, it's pretty difficult to squeeze it all together unless you somehow connect this system somewhere else and just have that as its own thing. Now, from here, you pretty much want to do a 1, 2, and 3 and connect your powered rails. If you really want, you can place a redstone block here, replacing that, or you just put it like towards right here and you'd be good. And that is pretty much this whole system yet again, including that. No, not including that. I'm sorry. Now, you can just go ahead and do the top piece. So the top piece would do a 1, 2, and an up 1 block. Place 2 powered rails, and then the third one on top. Turn it to go like this. Then we're going to do a redstone block with powered rail, detector rail, normal rail, detector, and then continue that pattern down. I'm going to block off these ends. Then what you're wanting to do is do a 1, 2. No, I'm sorry. A 1, 2 with powered rails here. Just like that. And then you would copy this system yet again. And that is pretty much the whole Super Smelter done. Like I said, this is a reminder for myself. I will disclaim, I am not the best teacher. And yeah, but I hope this does help you at the end of the day. I just realized we forgot to do one thing, and we put gates or fences or something right here. Let's just go ahead and do that. There we are. Yeah, I may not be the best teacher, but I at least wanted to have this for myself, for if anything. And yeah, I hope this helped you guys learn a little bit more about redstone somehow. And I will see you guys maybe in the next one. Bye-bye.